the actual objectives that are based on the plan, but the recommendations that are within the plan are summarized in sections 4, 5, I guess 4, 5, and then the introductory overview.
So what's this one page that says list of recommendations way at the end?
Way at the end.
Just before the...
Is it section 5?
I don't know, section 5, yeah.
Yeah, each of the sections has recommendations. Okay. Now, those are long-term recommendations, not necessarily short-term objectives.
So these were, the timeline was just the next 6 months, which I would consider short-term. Are underway now. That's why I have to look at that one.
Okay, I want to see what you're looking at so I can...
Any public comment on the consent, on the, to consider the strategic plan?
As far as I can determine, well, okay, public.
Anyone from the public like to comment? Okay.
I'm not sure that the public has seen the strategic plan. Is there just one question, point of information?
Before, but I would like to ask a question. What was the procedure by which a consultant was hired in this process? Who was the consultant?
I think Laura can answer. Yeah, your name, please?
Richard?
Richard. Last name?
Griswold.
Griswold.
The only difficulty I have is a lot of this stuff is out there, and some of it's very specific to real current activities. I would have liked to see them somehow or other coalesce together so that you could take a look and say, okay, these two really conflict, this one goes good, because they are spread out in the document.
Well, you could make a motion that would send this back to Carolyn O'Donnell and ask her to synthesize these recommendations into one list. That's possible.
She did,
as well.
she did that.
Where? Now, where's that at?
Okay, the second page in the document, her memo of February 18th. This is the new material that came to the committee.
I've been to the retreats. I think other people have too. I think they're valuable, but I think 1 a quarter might be, I mean, we wouldn't be bound to it. I'm just pointing out that I think that might be a little too frequent.
You mean 1 a year is too frequent?
A quarter? No, 1 a quarter.
I was proposing 4 days a month, 4 days a year of staff and board retreats.
Well,
Or organizational planning meetings, or whatever you call it.
this is important. By saying that we adopt this objective, create an ongoing strategic process, I don't think we're committing ourselves necessarily to the detailed implementation as specified here. I mean,
No, it should be.
we recognize the need for a strategic planning process. Maybe we only want to meet twice as a retreat for your...
Well, we're going to certainly strive to do whatever we vote on here.
Right, and I'm going to make the budget based on
Right.
the objectives.
I mean, there's no reason to say we're not going to do it at this point when we've got it here.
Creates just a physical problem in terms of getting it into the newspapers, the physical size.
Of California nonprofits, and she has extensive experience doing strategic planning for nonprofit organizations. And originally, she was hired to help us co-facilitate a retreat that we had for the board and staff, and there were some community members that came to that as well. And at that retreat, we were going to work on objectives, and the issue was brought up that we should work on a strategic plan first. And I asked Carolyn after the retreat if she'd be interested in helping with that, since that's her expertise, and she said yes, and negotiated the price within our budget, so I said yes.